Hello and welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Elizabeth, and on this channel we talk about how to build your spiritual confidence so you can listen to your intuition and read your tarot cards with ease. And today we are talking about the High Priestess and how she fits in with before tarot, after tarot, in between tarot, vice versa tarot, and tarot of the new vision. I've got all these cards here and I can't wait to show you because this is such a good way to look at the cards from a different perspective, and I'll be going through all of the cards one at a time using this process. So stay tuned, make sure that you like, subscribe and hit that notifications bell so that you never miss one of my uploads. Let's spin the camera around and get started. Bye-bye. So I've got these cards all lined up so that we can just work our way through them. So let's have a look first of all at the High Priestess. So the High Priestess here is she's a card of feminine power, and she's also a card of intuition. And if you want to know more about the symbolism of the High Priestess card, I've got another video coming that goes into great depth of all the symbolism on that card. So don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notifications bell, because then you'll see when that video comes up. I've got a few videos that I'm doing on the symbolism. I'm actually going right through the whole deck to show you the depth of the Rider-Waite symbolism because I just love it. So she's basically, this is a card about your intuition. This is a card about feminine power, but particularly feminine power in terms of your spirituality and listening to yourself. So let's have a little look at before tarot. Now, the links to all of these decks are in the comments. And also, if you go right back to the Fool, which was the first card I did using this in this playlist, I've shown you all the decks, so I'm not going to go into all of that today. But if you're interested in seeing these decks, I've got links for you in the comments. So this is before tarot. So this is just before she comes into this card. And if you look here, she's still holding her Torah or book of tarot, and it looks like there's like a flame there. I had a little look in her notes and she doesn't sort of mention it, but it's like a spiritual flame that's on the top of that scroll. Now there's sort of conjecture about what this book is. Is it the Hebrew book of knowledge? And we know that the tarot in particular is related back to the Hebrew letters and Kabbalah. So there's that. There's also talk that Torah, T-O-R-A, is actually an anagram of tarot. So it's a play on this idea of holding the book of tarot or the book of knowledge. She's holding two keys, and we know that keys in spiritual symbolism are about keys to spirituality, keys to life, keys to the world, keys to your heart. So on her head, you can see that she has the moon crown or the triple goddess crown, the crown that is the two crescent moons, waxing and waning, and the full moon. And you can see that the owl, the bird of the night, is delivering the full moon to her crown. And that's really very significant because the full moon is when we celebrate. It's when we reflect. It is the time of the moon having its greatest intuitive energy. So the significance of in this card that the bird, which represents wisdom, the owl is the bird of wisdom, is flying down towards her. It is as if she's tuning in to the greater energetic field and symbolically calling spirit to her in this card. So this is before the High Priestess. Then what I've got here is Tarot of the New Vision. And this is about who the High Priestess is looking at. So you can see that here the owl who was on her hat is sitting behind her, and interestingly is sitting on a pomegranate. And the pomegranates are also here in the veil that separates the real world from the world of spirituality. And you can see here the veil has come down, and this is representing feminine power, fertility, the womb that only the woman has. And the owl is sitting upon that feminine power, as if to say, you own it. This is part of your world. And you can see the High Priestess has her helpers here. And we know that black traditionally is the symbolism of feminine power, and white the symbolism of masculine power. The two mingle as you have the two nuns here, one in white standing on the feminine power side and one in black standing on the masculine power side. And she gazes out into the night, which is traditionally known as your unconscious, your unconscious and your deeper and inner drives. So then we look at After Tarot. Now this is the card of what's happening after the High Priestess card. Now, I was so excited to see these cards, and I have to say I was a little bit disappointed with Before and After Tarot, because the cards are very similar, and she's holding the keys to the world, and it's just showing that the eagle has flown. So it's almost as if, well, she's gone into her great intuitive power. She's seen what she needed to see. She's looked out into the limitless world of spirituality, and she has insight, is sort of how I'm seeing this. But I had hoped for a bit more than that, so I don't know quite what I hoped for. But anyway, but it's really interesting to look at these cards and see the interpretation of the cards in terms of what's happening within them. To me, it just helps with deeper understanding. So then, we've got Inbetween Tarot. Now, the next card is the Empress. So what we're seeing here is the spiritual growth. The butterflies are flying across both the unconscious or the intuitive or the spiritual world, and the conscious or the physical or the world that we step into and take action in. And again, this idea of feminine energy and masculine energy. So feminine energy, the softer energy of slowing down and listening to yourself, and the masculine energy of taking action. And of course, both are feminine energies. Both are talking about feminine fertility and the power of women. So as much as the Rider-Waite-Smith in its original form can be a little bit masculine, we do have, and there are references to feminine energy all the way through the Rider-Waite-Smith. It's important not to mix up energy. So feminine energy, the softer energy, masculine energy, the more active energy with male and female. But you can see here we've got two women representing feminine energy here and representing the power of women. So as much as Rider-Waite-Smith is very male, at the moment, at this point in the deck, we're stepping into the power of women here. So you have the child within the womb. Again, this is referenced here with the pomegranate, and here on the veil that separates the worlds. You've got the veil here that separates the worlds. It's red, signifying passion. And then you have here the world of intuition. You can see here the little, well, it's like a podium here that the High Priestess is sitting on. And then here you've got the wheat field that is symbolic here that the Empress is sitting in. Again, water is very symbolic of emotion, as is the moon. The sun is about our conscious self, and wheat, of course, is about fertility and the physical world and coming into being. So that's the High Priestess. I won't spoil the Empress because I'm going to be talking about her in the next video. So she would be the next card. So that's your In-Between Tarot. And then we've got vice versa. And I love this deck because it depends which way the cards fall as to which card you would read. So we've got two sides. So on one side, she's looking, again, this idea of looking out at the world that we can see here with the Tarot of the New Vision. And the red and the blue flame. So the blue flame, which symbolizes emotion, the red flame symbolizing passion. You've got the gold and the silver key, which again, now gold and silver, again, feminine and masculine energy. And then on the other side, we've got the High Priestess. She's reading her book of knowledge and she's looking out into the world. Here she's got her foot on a cushion, which is interesting. So here you can't see her feet, but her gown intermingles with the idea of water. Just have a look here on the original card. The idea of intermingling with water, this idea of her emotion flowing through her and out into the world. Here we've got lots of symbolism of purple with her foot on the purple cushion. So it's almost as if she has a royalness to her feminine energy. So if you would like to know more about the symbolism of the High Priestess card, I go into it in great detail in my symbolism video series, which is on my channel. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. And I will see you in the next video. I hope you've enjoyed that. It's just a really different way of looking at the cards. And as I said, I'll be slowly going through all the cards and showing you these decks. So take care, everybody, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.